Manually preparing graphics in different sizes and formats for every social media platform quickly becomes tedious. With Abyssale, you can prepare templates in as many formats as you want and then auto-populate them with text and images from your Airtable records. In this video, I'm going to show you how it all works. Hi, I'm Tom from XRay.tech, the workflow company. At XRay, we help our members streamline their everyday work with no-code automation, AI, and other tech. If you'd like to learn more about XRay and our services, check out our website at xray.tech. To see more workflow automation and productivity tips every week, like this video and subscribe to our channel. And turn on notifications so you don't miss a new way to save time. In this video, I'm going to show you how to connect Abyssale to Airtable, create some templates, and populate those templates with Airtable data. Let's get started. When you first log into Abyssale, you'll have a 14-day free trial. You'll notice that you have 30 credits and can consume 1 gigabyte of bandwidth. You can get a quick start by importing assets from other popular software. You can also automate your templates with Zapier, Make, or even API calls. You can also use Airtable, which is what we'll be doing today. Let's head on over to our templates and make our first Abyssale template. You'll see a demo template here, but let's create a new one from scratch. Notice that you can select from a static image, an animation, or even print formatted materials. This last option is really useful when you want to use a CMYK color model and print your asset out physically. But for now, let's stick with a static image and predefined formats. So when I click on this formats, I can see a whole bunch of predefined formats from Instagram to LinkedIn, Twitter, YouTube, TikTok, Snapchat, but we're just going to go with the 1080 by 1080 Instagram post. And we'll leave the name the same. Let's actually add the placeholder assets into our design that Airtable will then populate. So the first thing I'm going to add is a background image. If I inserted an actual image right now, that image would show up in every iteration of this template. Since I want to create graphics with different background images, I'm going to put in a placeholder image that Abyssale will replace with the image attached to each Airtable record. So I'll be able to get different background images every time I run the automation. I'm also going to add an overlay on top of the background image to make it a bit darker. That will make the text, which I'll add soon, a bit easier to read. So when I click on shape, a shape appears inside of my template, and holding Option, I can expand this shape to be the full size of the template. Now, if we head on over to our Settings tab, we can rename this element. These element names are the only thing you'll see in Airtable when you match up each field to its appropriate element. As such, it's best to give these elements a descriptive name. So I'll call this element Overlay. And the background image is just going to be background image. And this overlay is a little dark, right? We can't see through it. So I'm going to come to my colors and adjust the color to a 50% opacity. And I want it to be dark, so it's easy to read when we add the title and description on top of it. So I'm going to make it black. Now it's time to add the title text and the description text. So I'll click on text. And again, the text box shows up right in the middle. But I want to adjust it a little bit. Let's have it center aligned, and we're going to hold Option and make it a little wider. And we want it to be in the center, middle. And if we wanted to change the font, we could. There's a pretty good collection of different fonts, and you can even add your own custom font if you want to. We'll make it bold, make it a little smaller. Great. This is our title. And again, I can update the settings to change the name. Now let's add our description. And again, we're going to center this. I'm nearly done setting up this template, but before I save and exit, I want to make sure both pieces of text are white so they'll pop against the dark background. The text color is actually configurable in the automation as well, but just so it's one less thing to configure, we'll make them both white. Okay. Not a bad first template. Let's save and exit. And here's our first template. But this is only one Instagram post in one format. One of the main benefits of Abyssale is the ability to create graphics in multiple formats all at once from the same text and assets. So let's make a YouTube thumbnail as well. You'll notice it's a different size than Instagram, but when I select it and create it, the formatting stays the same. So this way, the overlay spans the full size of the canvas. We have our title, description, and image still intact. So we have a YouTube thumbnail and an Instagram post with the exact same content. You'll notice that the YouTube image is still centered and doesn't fill the whole canvas. That's because our image fitting is set to contain. If you want it to fill the whole space, you can set that to cover, and you'll see that it expanded to the entire size of the canvas. Now, the Instagram image fitting is still set to contain, while the YouTube image fitting is set to cover. As you use Abyssale to create images in dozens of different formats, these types of settings will really help you to quickly create appealing designs for each unique layout. This template is done, so now I'll click Save and Exit, and confirm that I want to save. Now that our templates are all set and we're ready to try to automate this with Airtable, let's take a look at our Airtable base that's going to power our Abyssale graphic creation automation. We have three simple fields here: a single line text for a title, a longer text for a description, and an attachment field as a background. Abyssale is going to connect all three of these assets into one graphic output. To finish preparing our Airtable base, we need to add the extension. So come in over here to Extensions and click Add Extension. Type ABY and Abyssale should be the first one there. Just click on this Add Extension button. All right, let's get started. The first thing we need to do is add our API key. Let's head on over to our settings to actually get our API key. So we'll click on this Request API Key button. And here we are. An API key is created. I'll click Copy, no thanks, and head on over to Airtable. Now you can paste your API key right in this text box here. Click Save, and here you are. Now we're going to map each field in our table to an element in our Abyssale templates. So the table is going to be our Abyssale tutorial, and the view is going to be our regular grid view. Now for the template, we're going to use the Abyssale demo that we created earlier. And now we can see a list of every element in our templates, but we don't actually need to map something to all of these elements. We care about the background image, we care about the title text, and we care about the description text that we actually forgot to rename. Root is just the background color, so in our case, we don't need to map it because we have an image that's going to cover the whole background. So let's configure the background image field. I'll map this to the background field in Airtable, which has an attached image. Now, this image will be added as the background image in our template. By mapping a hex code value to the overlay element, we could change the color of that overlay. However, I just want it to stay the same transparent black color for every graphic, so I'll leave it unmapped. For the title text, the payload is the actual text that is going to be inserted into the template. So that's our title from Airtable. And the color, we're going to leave blank because we already made it white. And for this description, the payload is going to be the description. And again, the color, we can leave it blank because we already assigned it to be white. Now, this is arguably the most important setting here. Save banners to this URL field or attachment field. Here, we can choose a specific field where Abyssale will store our final exported graphics. It's always best to map this to a unique field rather than having your output go to the same field as one of your previously uploaded images. If you try to use the same field for both purposes, you will end up deleting data where you just don't want to. You'll notice that the Abyssale extension is warning you that it's going to create 4 records here. That is because there are 2 templates, the YouTube and Instagram template, for 2 records inside of our Airtable table. Let's click on Generate Banners and see how it goes. You'll get this nice warning that says you'll only be charged for successful calls. Sometimes, if things aren't mapped correctly, or maybe your attachment field isn't the right image type, sometimes things could fail, so it's nice that you're only charged for successful requests. Click Confirm. And what do you know? In our first attempt here, a couple of requests were not successful. I'm sure it's something we can fix. Let's check out the error message to learn more. They say that the text from Airtable could not fit within the defined space in the Abyssale templates. So 2 images failed, producing those errors, but 2 were created successfully. Let's see what the successful ones look like before fixing the text issue. These graphics look okay, but since we're adding rectangular images to a square canvas, they're not covering the full frame. I'll need to adjust the templates back in Abyssale to make sure that the image covers the whole canvas. But first, I'll just edit the text in my description so it's a bit shorter. That should do it. Now I'll go back to Abyssale and edit the template. We're just going to adjust this template a little bit. I want to make sure that both images cover instead of just fill. So in the Instagram post, on the background image, we're going to set this to cover. And while I'm here, I'm also going to update the description text. I'll give the element a more descriptive name. I'm going to save this. And go back to Airtable. I'm going to delete both of these attachments, open up my extensions, and try it again. I also like to check this setting, do not trigger generation if the saving field already contains an image. This just makes it so you don't accidentally spend all your credits on things you already generated. So let's click Generate Banners and confirm. Hey, not bad. Close this out and see it in our table. Here we are. Both images created exactly as we had designed them. Awesome. Now, this is just a basic starting point. You can do some really intricate things with the designs and settings in your templates. We've seen social media accounts quickly generate tons of memes and other graphics for their channels. We've even seen people create systems for their Etsy stores where user-uploaded images for blankets and signs are automatically assembled into print-ready graphics. It's all a breeze with Abyssale, and as you just saw, their error messages are very helpful, making it easy to troubleshoot as a first-time builder. With tools like Abyssale, you don't need to waste your time resizing images and text boxes manually. You can generate all the assets needed for every platform and device with a single click. To get started, just open up this video's XRay Workflow resources board and try out Abyssale and Airtable for free. And let us know in the comments below if there are any other apps or workflows you want to see us cover on the channel. If you've enjoyed this video, prove you're human, like and subscribe for more automation tips every week. If you'd like to learn more about low-code automation and workflow design, follow us on LinkedIn, Twitter, or Facebook, and you can find all of our content on our website at xray.tech. You can find all those links in the resources board down below, and as always, find your focus and stay in flow. Trying to future-proof yourself? Start designing the way your team works with no-code tools, automation, and AI. In XRay's Workflow Design course, we'll show you how to break down every part of a process to find the best opportunities for automation, and how to seamlessly integrate those automations into your team's daily work. You'll learn how to create time for your entire team, get more reliable results, and give everyone a newfound clarity and confidence in their work. Go to course.xray.tech to learn more. The entire package includes over 2 hours of premium video content, challenging example projects, and tons of helpful resources. The course costs just $250 and gives you lifetime access to a Slack community of workflow designers building systems in dozens of different industries. Space is limited, so join the free waiting list to get notified as soon as the course is live later this year. Thanks for watching, and I hope to see you soon in our Workflow Designer course.